Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last time I talked about my opinions on the Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 editions. So this time I'll be talking about a hype announcement, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I cannot believe this actually happened. They did not do DLC for Tears of the Kingdom, yet they did a spin-off for Tears of the Kingdom. Wow. This is just gas. My reaction, when I first saw Koei Tecmo, I was hoping for Hyrule Warriors, please, Hyrule Warriors. And as soon as I seen this mural, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, yo, no way, my god, it's Tears of the Kingdom Hyrule Warriors, oh my god, oh my god. I got that excited, this is just gas, but yeah, Hyrule Warriors, Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Imprisonment,
joined hands with the Hylians who dwelled on the surface. Their union led to a
analyze. So I'm gonna
kingdom.
analyze this trailer.
But
The
in
character
time,
predictions.
a terrible
That will be
evil
another
arose.
video. But yeah,
A
there's
war was fought
Ganondorf.
to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call
Yep, Zelda,
the Imprisonment
Rauru and
War.
Sonia.
Perhaps you truly have traveled back in time.
Okay, this one. Okay, this one. It does not seem like a cutscene to me. For me personally, I think it's like a gameplay rather than a cutscene. And I'm hoping it's a gameplay. I know this is going to be a hack and slash game, but I hope it's not all hack and slash. There's some traveling to do, some exploring. Persona 5 Strikers, for example. I played that game, finished it recently. That game, outside the metaverse, you can roam around and buy stuff and talk to NPCs. This one too, I hope it's kind of like that. This is Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. I played Age of Calamity. It doesn't have anything like this, but I hope that this, has at least some exploration, rather than just combat. I hope it's like that. But yeah, this seems like a gameplay rather than a cutscene, and I hope it's gameplay. I really hope it's gameplay. Now this is definitely a cutscene, and this is the Hyrule Castle.
So that's Hyrule Castle?
So the story leading into Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So this here, story leading into The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. When it says the story leading into, it kind of makes me think if this is canon. I'm wondering if this is going to be canon or not, because everyone thought that Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is going to be canon. The champions would die at the ending, and then Link would be in the Shrine of Resurrection, but no. It's a different timeline, It's a different reality where the champions survived. The champion successors, they saved them, and they stopped Calamity during that time, and the champions, they survived, and it's a good ending. So that is not canon. This one, though, maybe they might do canon, because a lot of people, they don't want the game to be canon. And alright, here's my hot take. I hope that this is not canon. Yep, I hope it's not canon. The reason why, I'll tell you later, once I finish the trailer.
Then that must mean this really is the past.
So yep, that's Raru's weapon. And these are So it's his moveset. So Raru's playable for sure. There's Ganondorf right there. Ganondorf. And then this is Mineru fighting the frogs. And so this takes place in the depths, most likely. So of course depths are gonna be there. Oh, and oh, whoa, what is she writing on? She's writing on something. It's a wheel. So, and that's the construct form. I'm assuming this is the weak point smash. Or at least for stronger monsters, that's a weak point smash to KO them. And so Zelda, she attacks Lionel, and then there's recall right there. So and so these are playable, so the ancient sages are gonna be playable. Here's my question though. Are we gonna finally get their names? Do we finally get to know what their names are? And bigger question, can we finally see what their faces like without their mask? The latter question, most likely not, but the first question, hopefully we get to know their names. Okay, now this one. Both of them seem to be attacking. I hope this is like a duo attack, you know, rather than a cutscene. I don't know if this is a cutscene or a duo attack. I hope it's a dual attack. You know, both them attacking the monster. But right now it's kind of ambiguous for me. But we'll see. And then Zelda and Wario holding hands. Yep. That's Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. And then it's coming this winter. Right now, the trailer is gas. But, you know, now. Here's something regarding my hot take. Now, here's why I don't want this game to be canon. You see this entire trailer, there's no sign of Link. There's no sign of the sages, the current sages. You know, no Yunobo, no Tulin, no Riju, no Sidon. They're not there. I hope they show up. You know, similar to how they showed up in Age of Calamity when they saved the champions. I hope they show up here. And I hope that... And here's what would work the best. So, with Sonia, she's about to die. But that's where Link hops in and protects Sonia. You know, because Ganondorf, he's about to kill Sonia. But, you know, Link, he saw that memory. So he would hop back in time and save Sonia. That's like how it would work the best. That would be really nice. Now here though, it's Blood Moon. This is during the Blood Moon here. So this one, I'm not sure, but I think it's definitely not taking place in the start of the game. That's for sure. Because in Age of Calamity, you know, the atmosphere, you know, the setting, it's not dark at all. It's not bloody. You know, the Blood Moon, it showed up at like the penultimate battle. You know, and so it happened at like at the near ending of the game. So this one, it's either like at the ending of the game or the middle of the game. I'm not sure. But there's no sign of Link. There's no sign of the current sages. Right now it's just ambiguous. But yeah, I want to know like how this game would play. You know, we didn't get to see that much of gameplay. We've seen a couple cutscenes. So there's definitely some quests in the depths, that's for sure. And I don't know if we're gonna have any quests in the Sky Islands. I hope we get quests in the Sky Islands as well, but right now, not too sure. I think we will see Sky Islands as well. I hope we get to see them. So, yeah. And also, so for the abilities, so we see Zelda do a recall, and then Mineru, and then we see her like fuse rockets to her back and to her arms. So fusion, that could be possible with the weapons. We could see characters fusing their weapons as well. So that's how fusion can be used. And
This really.
and then I think okay, it seems like Rauru used his Ultra Hand, but I think that's like part of his moveset rather than, as an ability. It's also, I do want to see abilities of those. However, we also got Ascend. We don't know how Ascend will be used, because right now it's just Rauru, Zelda, Sonia, only those three, as far as I know, have their abilities, and in Tears to Kingdom, even Link has his abilities as well. The other characters, I am not too sure. I mean, Mineru could fuse weapons, so that's also a possibility, but, I do hope we could see them use their abilities, the Zonai abilities, during their combat, similar to how characters were able to use their Sheikah Slate runes and Age of Calamity. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah. Let's go back. This one, if the story is canon, I'll accept it. I'll accept it if the story is canon. At least majority of the audience would be satisfied if it's canon. But, I want it to be non-canon. I want to see Link. I want to see the sages, current sages. I would also love to see Master Koga, although I don't know if he's going to play a prominent role. I do think we'll see some new characters as well. In Age of Calamity, we've seen Suga, we've seen Aster, we've seen Terako, so maybe we might see a Zonai machine, something. Zonai object, and then I think we will have another prophecy man, who works with Ganondorf before when Ganondorf fails, then that prophecy man would betray Ganondorf, and then Ganondorf would join the good side. That could be a possibility, or it could be the other way around. But I do hope that Ganondorf will be playable and be pretty fun to play. But this game, I'm glad it got a Hyrule Warriors game. And this
Time.
And then this scene right here, it looks like a gameplay. I hope it's a gameplay. I really hope it's a gameplay. It's not just like fighting, I hope there's also exploration. And another question that comes to my mind, are there going to be Koroks in the game? Maybe, maybe not. Like, there's some Koroks in the Sky Islands, but there are no Koroks in the depths. Like, it's ambiguous. I think there might be Koroks in the game, though. Because Age of Calamity had Koroks, too. But there's no... I don't know if there's going to be Hestu, though. Like, before Great Deku Tree, had the Master Sword. This time, though, who has the Master Sword? We don't know. So, I want to see how they would deal with the story. Because right now, predicting, just predict. You're not actually getting the story right. Because you would you need to expect the unexpected. Because there are a lot of things we won't see coming. But this one, though, I hope it's gameplay. This part right here. I want to see some exploration in the game as well, Persona 5 Strikers had exploration outside the metaverse. So this one too, outside the battles, I hope it's like that. Really hope. And it seems like, Nintendo, Nintendo's starting to have Zelda as the pro tag of Zelda games. Because before Echoes of Wisdom, and now this game. I know it's a spin-off, but Zelda seems to be the pro tag this game, not Link. But that makes sense, because Zelda's the one who went back in time, not Link. So, makes sense. So yeah. My predictions video, predicting characters, I'll be making that video soon. But here's just my analysis of this video, and my hopes.
One which future generations would call a war.
And I'm assuming this is during the start of the game, you know, when Zelda warps back in time.
What? The imprisoning war.
You know, and then she follows Rauru and Sonia.
Perhaps you...
Yeah. Gameplay. Yeah, and then Mineru, she's playable for sure as well. Confirmed. Zelda, Mineru, Rauru, and Zelda, only those three are confirmed. And then the 4 other stages, so that's 7. Whoa, hold on. Wait, I don't see Sonia here. I don't see Sonia. Yo, did she die? Oh, if she died, then this game might be canon. I'm not sure, but if she's not alive during this point, then this game might not be canon. This game might be canon. So yeah. Oh, okay. I hope we get dual attacks. But yeah, this is really hype. It's gas. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time with more videos. Take care, everyone.